Got some pipers warming up as well. Good morning, Owen. Morning, Miss Debbie Alder. Listen, you know, anyone that knows the kind of work I do at Indie Live and the other grassroots movements know I'm no stranger to being out in the rain. The day, however, seems quite easy, simple. So far. So we got about 100 people here so far on the chat, 102 now. If everyone could take the moment to like, share, comment, help us spread all the appetite for Scottish independence and freedom. Get us across the social media effort before we get started this morning. Yeah, don't worry about not being here on it, because look, you're right at the front. It's not started yet, we're early. For a change. Normally late to these things. But yeah, we've got multiple camera feed system on the go here at Indie Live today, so if you can't watch this stream, make sure that you click onto the multi-camera feed that Kevin will be running and monitoring the chat on. Morning, how are you looking forward to a wet rainy day in Glasgow?
Why not? Why not?
Looking good so far?
I know. Looking good so far.
So who have we got as well today? We've got the two Johns leading us off. We've got the official pipe band.
Pipe band as well.
Lorraine King would have been lovely to be here today. Yeah, well listen, you're here right now. Got you right at the front. I'll take you through the whole crowd. So if you are watching this on replay, you were there during the day, feel free to comment. I said we've got a decent wee contingent of pipers there as well. Yeah, Doreen, I think, as I said, COVID and everything else that's happening in the world now is obviously dwindling the numbers at these events currently, but we can get a massive reach online. And bearing in mind as well, we've got a massive opportunity with the COP26 conference coming to Glasgow as well, so we will have an opportunity to get in there and get things sorted out, get our voices heard. Oh, if you're already at the green light, we've not even set off yet, we're miles away. Mr. Pete Scally, the familiar faces, the dragon.
Hi Ian.
How are you keeping?
Alright.
You excited for the day?
Yeah. Independence.
So yeah. Come on then, how are you keeping? I'm doing alright, Looking forward to getting wet. Yeah, so obviously the walk's not due to start until 11:30, so hopefully we'll see a few more numbers come out and people joining us throughout the town as the day goes on. As you can see, a few people walking up, so I'm sure we'll get a few more numbers before we go. Sorry, I didn't mean to show you the bins there, like. I would disagree with you, Stuart, when it comes to saying independence is dwindling. I think if we look at the polls over the last 2 years, there's been more and more calls for self-determination. Well, what I would say, you know, we are very sensible when we come to keeping everyone safe. You can see plenty of space in the crowds. A lot of people wearing face coverings as well still, so certainly a lot of Polish for this one, like. Some Indie ducks in the crowd as well. Yeah, plenty of activists coming out from all around the country. I think that's the important thing to remember. There is a growing appetite for Scottish independence, Scottish freedom. Try and get a quick word with Gary here before we get started as well.
Mr. Blackford there as well.
Is Mr. Blackford? Oh, he's holding up the banner. So we got Gary here, who's the organiser for Yes2. Looking forward to today.
That's looking good. A wee bit dreek, but we'll be alright.
Nothing wrong with a bit of dreek. We've seen worse.
One minute!
We've got banner bearers at the front there. One of my fellow Long Walk to Freedom walkers over there as well, and Fiona. Mr. Blackford.
If you weren't watching the live stream I did earlier on, I managed to break the stick thing that I use. Here we are, we've got another live streamer. Ian Blackford.
It's everyone how we're trying to do a multi-camera feed today so they can watch and tune in wherever they're watching from.
a wee treat to you in Glasgow. Rather than a guy's now, I'll tell you that for nothing. We don't do each other food and drink. It's a high Friday, mate, day and all day, every day.
important?
Love it.
Is it important?
Very important. It's important that we still keep numbers on the street. There's always a few. Sad that there's only a couple of hundred here today, but
I think Gary who organised it, estimated for 1,000 coming. And I think that maybe coming up to that.
I think you're stretching. I think there's about 500, but and I'm an optimist.
Thanks, my friend.
No worries.
Enjoy your day.
Hello.
So maybe put the numbers at about 600 now, 500, 600 walkers, if that. But hopefully we'll be joined by more as we progress through the town. There should be a lot of Scotland fans in
You're
the
on
city as well.
Independence Live.
Getting ready for tonight's
Hello,
game against
can I ask where
Faroe
you've come
Islands.
from today? Who wants to do the speaking? Where have you come from today?
Glasgow.
Okay. It's good to see someone a lot younger than me on the march.
Yeah.
How do your friends react to it?
Good, positive.
All positive?
Yeah.
I mean, the hope is eventually that it'll be your generation that wins it for us. Do you think that's possible?
Hopefully, yeah.
Good for you. Thank you.
You're right, Cheryl, it's... What is the words of the Declaration of Arbroath? If but 100 of us remain alive. Oh, is Israel playing Willie? Sorry.
If you start hearing music, it's coming from Mr. Ian McNeil.
Guaranteed win then.
A stalwart on bridges for Indy.
Everybody just keep your eyes open, there's ballers just in front of you. Be careful when you pass them.
Isabel, don't apologise. Scotland,
Yeah, there's the Declaration of
It's a
Scotland.
very large
There's
country.
the Declaration of Glasgow. There's been a lot of declarations for
those that can make it,
independence thus far.
make it. Those that can't, that's what Independence Live is all about. As a very much younger man, this is my stomping ground. University Union.
Just bear with me to run back up. Doggies. Happy birthday to your mommy,
So certainly keep an eye on Indie Live. We are working very hard with all the grassroots organisations that are coming into the city to make sure we get as much coverage of the events as they go on. And don't know, if we get a chance to get a camera in front of a world leader, we'll maybe ask a question or two. Should have maybe asked Ian Blackford a few more questions there, but I panicked, I dropped my bike. Amateur. Got first Saltire flying from the flat up there as well. A few Glaswegians coming out to support the cause from their doorsteps.
I'm hoping from this angle you can maybe pick out faces of friends or well-kept faces that you've seen in other rallies. Maybe also give you an idea of numbers. Personally, of course, Edinburgh 100,000 is
So we've had
significant.
the Yes2 following a similar route. Sorry, not
We've got a lot
Yes2,
to do in front of
the
us
7th Scottish Independence Movement march through Glasgow
to
a
make
few
sure independence
months
is
ago.
regained.
I would say there was probably more at that one, but we are further into the year. Today, weather was forecast, the rain was forecast, so I'll stay aside.
It's friendly.
Yeah, Karen, it's
It can be humorous. It does not involve trouble. And maybe you did not notice it, but the young lady that was walking in the opposite direction had the biggest smile on her face.
both in a local and a
And
national
we have
level,
a
so
tourist bus.
make sure that you're doing everything you can to educate yourself on the benefits of independence and making sure you're selling it to the people. Warren McGuire, listen, anybody, you've joined the stream today, so you are here, you're part of the festivities as we walk through a very dreich Glasgow. A few people watching around in the bars like, let's get in. That's a tune. Stand up and count.
Don't you just love it?
Tell the Westminster Tories that Scotland's no longer your slave. Copy the air. Will you seize the day? Feel the sheen from the unicorn of Scotland that Scotland is brave.
Brian, to get permission for the march, you have to put in an estimate of the number of people that will attend. And the estimate was given as 1,000. Personally, I think that's probably reasonably accurate. But as I said earlier, although size like in Edinburgh for 100,000 is magnificent, a real demonstration of the Yes movement. What is necessary absolutely necessary, whether it's a march like this, a stall with leaflets, being on a bridge with flags, which I absolutely love doing. It's to do with being visible, not invisible. And the one thing Scotland doesn't need is to be invisible. I'm going to apologise again for the fact that I broke the thing that normally holds my phone. I'm having to hold it with my thumb.
Picking up one of the camera feeds. Looks like he's holding that too close to his mouth though, sir.
I broke.
Oh, have you broken your mic?
No, I've broken the stick. And I'm having to hold the phone with my thumb. I broke.
Oh, have you broken your mic?
No, I've broken the stick. I'm having to hold the phone with my thumb. Just apologise to everybody.
Do you want to borrow this? Like I've got my mic on.
No, you don't.
You sure? No worries. I'll catch up with you.
I just can't raise the phone.
Tell me about it. By the way, I've tested negative on my PCR test, so I haven't got the COVID. The changing in weather, this Greek weather doesn't.
Ian, let me introduce you to the people that...
Are you on the X2 live page or? Hiya, cool. So good to see you on X2. Make sure you sign that Declaration of a Sovereign Scot. I think the important thing that we're all working towards is Plan A through to Z in Scottish independence. So the more that we can do, the more active we can be, the more that we can get our voice there, especially with the UN coming into Glasgow in the next few weeks. You know, there's walking past the Glasgow College there, and it's just, in fact, it almost looks like the UN have copied the copyright logo for their climate change.
I'm going to tell Scotland why I don't like you to an extent. Because you have been walking for miles and miles and miles on behalf of the digital covenant.
No, on behalf of Scotland, on multiple things. It's because I think one of the looking back at last year's Long Walk to Freedom, one of the key messages I was trying to promote as well was the whole concept of how the voting system in Scotland works. How we've got a pro-majority in the Parliament, but we have a representation from the Unionists because we don't take advantage of the 1 and 2 voting system. So yeah, there was. The thing is, we'll agree to disagree on lots of things. I think this is what makes the whole opportunity of independence so exciting, because it's a clean canvas that we get.
The reason why I was saying that was this will be the longest walk. I just wish I hadn't had to use my thumb the way I'm doing.
Yeah.
I said it's the joys of us having
I just wish I hadn't had to use my thumb the way I'm doing.
I said it's the joys of us cameramen and our tech and trying to keep the things going and just getting that message out there to as many communities as we can. So yeah, obviously, because you've got the, you know, oh, press the wrong button. See, look at this. Right, there we go, we're fixed again. That's basically, see when I'm walking here, it keeps everything nice and stable.
Let's show what you're doing.
Listen, it's just the, we try and keep, especially at Independence Live, it's about having those conversations about the different opinions and how we can do things differently. And we, you know, I think back to your 2 Old Teeds show with...
Are you streaming to the same place at the moment?
I think, well, is Kevin picking up your second feed and going on to the multi-feeds?
I don't know.
Listen, this is the joys. I've got the... Kevin's in the background putting out a multi-feed system, so Wendy's up the front. And
different screens up.
Different screens, different chats, different conversations. Because I've got Diane Smart watching saying, wish they would shout something more positive. This is not about the Tories, it's about being a normal democratic country. You can't disagree with that, you know, because I think if you... You know, it was just before I caught up with you there, I was talking about the whole divide and conquer aspect of the world we live in today.
Yep.
And it's all about putting ourselves into individual boxes rather than one collective box. So I think that's where things like the Declaration of a Sovereign Scot come into play. I think that's where the blockchain democracy aspect could come into play. There's obviously issues with any political system, but I think one that's top-down, people-led, probably the best solution out of a bad bunch.
Ian, I've been around this world for quite a long time. Let me tell you, the day after independence,
Aye. That's when the real hard work begins.
I'm toying with the idea of leaving the country. Because if you think there's points of view and differences at the moment,
Yeah.
wait till after.
Oh, well, no, I can't disagree with that, Mike. No, I can't at all. It's we're all shouting here for independence and Tories out, but to replace what? You know, we need to have a fair social democratic system, and I don't know about you, I don't fancy seeing a one-party state solution. I don't think that suits anybody's agenda for any country.
My argument is there's got to be a second chamber.
Yeah, and listen, that's where I felt that something like the blockchain democracy could be. That could be a people-led second chamber across the whole country that works on both a local and a national level, from grassroots, what's happening on your street, to your postcode, to your education system, to your job sector, to a national level when it comes to conversations about things like euthanasia or whatever it may be. But yeah, no, we do need a second chamber because the current system doesn't work. I'll catch up with you soon, Mike. Stay safe. Mr. Mike Fenwick. I'll see if I can stop some of my path off for a bit and let you hear the pipe band. Just as we coming up to the bottom of Sauchiehall Street.
I swear to God, John, I was like that. I need to remember and lift John's stuff. Oh God. I'll bring them later, I promise. Right guys, hang on. I know you're just staring at a flag, but once the pipers start playing, I'll go down there, okay? My favourite bit will be when we go down Union Street. Oh, where's my lassie? I need a drink.
Months and years.
Right, I'm putting my trolley back up.
Yeah, look, I'd seen you literally right at the very back of the march, catching up at the end. We were away bang on time today. Take the opportunity to cross over the road. And we've got the two Johns up front today. Oh, makes it free. Oh, you got another third John as well.
John Robertson,
John just added us on Facebook the other day there. Find it, it's nice to meet a Facebook friend in real life, isn't it? Aye. It's always nice when they go aye.
Look at that, man. Look at that.
Don't let me break it too much. Listen, I think the important thing as well to remember, this isn't Gary's first rodeo. Gary, do you not even know how many marches you've now done?
No, 7 or 8.
No, and then some, surely.
7 or 8 is named organiser.
Aye. I was going to say, because I've seen you at least 10. Listen,
Edinburgh March, the first one of the year.
it's one of the conversations that's come up in the Indie Live chat here as well today about these marches and trying to get as many people out and about as possible and represent every single one of them.
It's all about unity.
Aye.
Unity.
And we're getting there. One walk at a time. dynamite pennies are looking absolutely dynamite. See, you've left your, oh no, I was going to say you've left your swords up the road, but it is right in your bloody hand there. I'm going to stand by you as we go past Frankie Jacket later on. That'll be fun and games. Trying to beat the bagpipe music. Catch the whole march as it goes by here as well. Oh, that Thunderdome on the bagpipes. Oh, I gotta hear that.
The Yes movement. And one of the things I had to do was liaise with the police superintendent or whoever was in charge of the police to make sure they knew we were going to carry out that job and to help them look after it. We ended up knowing more about how to steward the marches than the police forces did. Because it was the individual police force in the various locations we went to who had no experience of what was going to happen. Oban was a classic at that. But if you remember it, we had to separate Mr. McConaughey, keep the march going and let the thunder of the bikers pour through along Oban seafront. I hope I don't get arrested for saying any of this, but let's say I managed to convince the police superintendent how to deal with it. And after it was all over, he very nicely, to be fair, came up to me and thanked me for what we had done. Bad habits or good habits die hard. That's why I stopped the traffic. Right, I've taken a wrong turn here. I'll go and catch up with the march in a second.
Management as I'm streaming live to 120 people. Yeah. Dropping mics out. You hold that wee half a second, right? Perfect. Can you hold? No, you got a flag. I was going to say hold that.
Hold that. Are you Indie Lives doing for today?
Aye, we're doing Indie Live, so we've got a multiple feed system on the go, so in case we get one of the cameras going down.
Tell Kevin Gibney that Davey says hello.
Kevin's watching, he's on the multi-feed, so
Hi,
Davey, there you go. How about we shout out, Kevin in the background doing honours of work when it comes to getting as much pro-indie content out there as possible.
Aye.
I'm talking like my mic. Oh, his mic's right there. It's like, pick it up.
One of the hardest working men in Scotland.
Oh, 100%. I think that's the definition of grassroots activism. It's the hardest work. It's the best kind of work as well, though.
Aye.
That's a hard work.
Well, when it's studio work, I'll be more in touch with you guys.
Yeah, I think that's been the kick in the teeth for everybody, hasn't it? Bloody COVID.
Well, beforehand, the plan was when I moved back to Thursday, and then COVID not happened, I would have been doing a show every week for them.
Thank you so much.
During the weekdays.
Aye. Well, we've got a couple of podcasts that go out every week, so. And that's see you all soon. Cheers again.
I need to catch up back to our partner.
You run ahead, I'm doing the same.
11 Trench.
But have a good day.
Will do. Sarah Albert McGrath.
Yes, Battlefield out for banner as well. There's one of our live cameras at the top. So yeah, this is us just going through the bottom of Sauchiehall Street now. Coming into the heart of the Glasgow city centre. Hopefully we see a good few bits of that. People waving salt out as we go by. Oh, traffic. That was a beat to say, we're not happy with you. Sorry about that. It is what it is. One Saturday afternoon. Boys in a bloody warm car with the heat on dry, you know. Listen, yeah, Derek, as well, the fun thing I would definitely say about the Scottish independence movement is it is open to all. You know, to identify as Scottish, you just simply need to be living in Scotland or be part of our culture. There's no other real rules other than that, so there's plenty of English, Welsh, Irish, just from this island, you know. And then there's all the groups abroad from Holland to Germany to Spain, Catalonia. It is a very international movement. Poor flies getting dragged in the car. It makes you want to cry almost, you know. That's the important thing, yeah, it is. It's all our welcome when it comes to getting out and getting active and being part of an independent Scotland and a free voice. Well, it's Wendy Day now that we're back here. Just covers the front. Apologies for the cough again. As I said, I do not have COVID. I tested negative this morning in my PCR test. Third negative test in 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that's 100% Siobhan. I'm having a...
Hunter! Sorry!
I usually don't see the messages on the screen when I'm doing these live streams. I'm glad to say today I am, but if I don't respond too often it's because I'm trying to watch what I'm doing. Now then, this is the person I was speaking to. You're now at...
But yeah, 122 people watching there now live. Thank you for joining us. This is obviously one of the cameras at Indie Live. I try and keep the chat as commented on as possible. Someone talking about Volkish blood. I don't know what you're on about. Like, I'm Viking blood myself, but that's by the by. No one asked me for my blood type. I'm no alien. Oh, getting noisy now. Oh, and someone wearing an England flag from the top bar. That's why. And some of the Scotland fans coming out the boozer as well. Hopefully we'll get a good support from the Tartan Army as we go through our city today. Oh look, there's my bus. Des, hold on a second, I don't normally do this, but delete comment. Bye. I should have had the ball one as well, he'll come back. Yeah, and 113 watching live, thank you for being here with us. I know there's many places you could be this Saturday afternoon, but having you on this fine Facebook live stream, always a pleasure. Missed it at the start, my name's Ian. I'm just a walker. But yeah, get oh, it is what it is. Never mind, no comment.
You're speaking later on, are you?
Yes, I am, aye.
I won't ask you what you're going to say, but how do you think the present situation is working out for us?
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We've got the best recruiting sergeant in Westminster that we've ever had, and the people are going to suffer. And only when they suffer will they be ready to move.
And that's north and south of the border?
Yes, oh yes. And let's hope they rebel down there as well. I see more and more people down that road talking about, and unfortunately it's a right wing, Mike, but you see more and more people down that road talking about, English independence and taking back control. You know, and I have to say, when they started the Yes England movement back in 2012, we were quite involved with it. You know, we were encouraging them. You know, me and Alan G. White, we had these islands group and things like that. You know.
What's true about it? What's ironic about that, Davy, is that they will discover when they become independent that all the stories they were told about the resources they had.
I will. We were just discussing that actually. At 7:38 this morning, we were supplying the north of England with 5.58 gigawatts of power. So there you have it.
Have you worked out the bill for that in the future?
No, but I'm looking forward to doing the sums.
That's stuff. I'll catch you later, Davy.
Right, Mike, I'll see you on the stage.
Into the truck, Davy.
Keep walking, I'll catch up with you later on. Just leave on my hand for a wee 5 minutes. And I've been watching all the way in Turkey. Hope it's a wee bit warmer for you over there, Hen. I don't know if they might pick that up, but that was brilliant. Independence, I don't give a flying. Not everyone agrees with us. But listen, this is the important thing, Independence live audience. Everyone has a freedom of speech, a right to an opinion. Certain ways to go about it though. Merci beaucoup. Florence watching in Spain. Cheryl, it's something quite like the pipes to fill your heart with pride along with those flags, aye. Awesome turnout, it was teaming it down. It's not actually teaming it down like it's a grey day. But beyond that. This bit of smurf, aye. Just the wee of ones.
That was good, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Tip.
Well, that's Scotland.
Age and make a monthly contribution or a one-off. Aye. Butcher, Alistair, Holocaust and
that's an inside joke if you're from Ayrshire, folks. Again, for folks that might not know, Glasgow, we're now coming up to what is known as Blythswood Square.
There though. Two months. Andrew who? Andrew Marr. The writer. The Andrew Neil, aye, he left GB News after. Andrew Marr's the other boy, the one that was the skinny one that does the Sunday show now, aye. But listen, one thing, I don't watch the BBC, like. Gotta give up on that nonsense. Aye. Listen, Netflix is the future, check that out. Brilliant. Aye. Hopefully, maybe one day. Get some nice views from the top of this hill if everything goes on by. Oh, sorry, panned the camera the wrong way. How are you keeping, Ian? Aye, no bad. Enjoying this brisk Glasgow day, you know. Oh my God, you're a tall officer as well. Hold on. I don't normally do this, right? I don't put the camera on myself here very often. But one of the things I do like to do, it's a wee kind of trait of mine, is if I see someone that's quite tall, often do a wee shoulder side by side just to see how. 6'5", 6'6". He's only 5'10". No comment. But I mean, you 6'6", 6'6". Aye, big boy. I've got the camera off myself now. Sorry about that. You gotta see this. Banter. No, I'm 6'5" and 3/4. Aye, so I can't quite say 6'6" because I'm a wee quarter short of it, but around that.
This is going to sound disgusting, right? But it's true. My back of my hair is soaking with Right, I'm going to pick my brolly up again. 2 minutes, I'm trying to pull my brolly up. Right, I need to just walk in front. 2 minutes, folks. Sorry about this. There we go.
Off my banter. Cheers, Agnes. I try, you know, I want to try and make this as entertaining for you as possible.
Sorry, folks.
I like to throw in a few political comments as well. No shy of an opinion or two, but who doesn't want to have a laugh, like? Speaking about a laugh, I want to nick that boy's Venezuela. No, I would definitely say number-wise now we're probably closer to around 1,000. You know, it's quite clear that a few have joined as we've come through the town. And I'm sure we'll get a good reception as we get through George Square as well. I've already seen a few people commenting in the live saying that that's where they were.
People in the street. It's about raising the visual awareness. Because see, if it wasn't for us, they would think we were back in our box. When I say us, I mean every single one of these. tripped over a bloody drain couple there. Alright, Billy! Nice to see you, Billy.
Didn't recognise you walking backwards.
Billy Knox. He's another lovely guy. An indie photographer. There he's here. He's one of the best.
Stills anyway.
Right, I'm just going to make this pool a wee bit bigger now, hold on. Like forget my good side there. Curry sauce, Texan curry sauce. Beautiful, isn't it?
Eldon. He's often out getting a few walks. No stranger to the rain either, he loves it. Listen, I've said it before, I'll say it again, we need him in the Dutch page. Great, it's almost no started it. I'm not joking, right? You see walking backwards on this road, potholes everywhere. And this is the middle of Glasgow city centre. What's this about? Oh, what have you done? So, running across before they get stopped. We've got a good reception to come down Union Street here, right outside Central Station. Are we going to this? Oh, we've probably picked up a few drunken Scotland fans already. Final. Ruffy Dixon makes an interesting point about the street names, not just even in Glasgow but all across Scotland. There's a lot of street names in Glasgow that are associated to the slave trade and a lot of statues associated to the slave trade, so yeah, I think there needs to be a really important conversation held within our city about what we do with these things. George saying definitely, agreeing with that comment. How are you escaping? He's made it just at the end. How are you enjoying a dream day in Glasgow so far? It's one of the, listen, it could have been worse, you know. When you hear January 2020, we're walking down this ferry road, absolutely dripping. So yeah, today's actually quite good that way. But yeah, I've just said there's quite a few people out in the streets kind of standing by, getting involved, so good day for it.
I'm going to job him this time, and hopefully he'll come back out and we can have a better laugh the next time.
Are we hearing from you later?
No, I don't think there's a rally, but I will be in the Drover for the after party tonight.
Okay, when's that starting?
That starts.
It's not officially.
It starts whenever I go up and start. About 7, I think, roughly about 7 tonight in the Drover. Gallagate.
Great atmosphere.
It's really good. It's nice to see everybody back out in the streets again. I don't know where the Mankey fellow is, but I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon. You doing, man? Alright. I'm good.
Thanks, Pete.
Cheers.
Pandemic, but good energy from everyone that's watching at the sides. No trouble, no drama. I'm saying that.
Right, folks! Take the protest!
The standard counter demo coming up. Young conversations behind us, pure dead brilliant. Absolutely banter. Oh, wee Nicola made it to the crowd today, look. I say our numbers are decimated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. If that. That's your counter demo. And look, wee Nicky, two Nicolas. Two Nicolas made it to the counter demo. Paul! You've not got much to counter demo today, sir.
Manky Jacket decided to go to a lecture on racism in London.
Ah, it probably needs that, to be fair. Oh, look at that. You get that a lot, mate, people leaving wee stones at your feet.
You'll get done under the Description Act, posing with a
We've got to keep moving forward because all these poor pedestrians trying to walk across the road and we're still walking. Yeah, so, well, there we go. A farce for good did come out, all 4 of them, but they didn't have any counter demo to go. No, that's what. He's away. He's away to London for a conference on racism. So I don't know if he's going to be speaking against it. Yeah, well, you know what he's like. He's a Holocaust denier, so he's right into that stuff. That's more important than saving his precious union.
For racism, I take it.
Well, listen, no comment. I don't know. I'd have to listen to his speech, but
because he's coming up here playing the fucking white bloody supremacist.
Aye.
We import from Hong Kong, there
I know. It's all true. Yeah, Peter, I think that's where all your A Force for Good donation money comes from. I think one of the things, you look at Independence Live, talking about money for a wee half a second, like, we don't ask for a lot. I mean, the more money that you give us, the more we'll be able to do, the more productions, the more shows, the more pro-indie content that we'll get out there. But no, we don't go cap in hand every single post. We look at A Farce for Good. Every single post has a link to their crowdfunder or their sponsorship page or their merch sales. I mean, I remember watching a video in the boys' office, he didn't even have a bloody table. You know what I mean? An office without a table, who knew it? New definition of hot desking. Once again, apologies to the Glasgow traffic. 150 people watching now, great to have you all joining us. If you haven't done so already, drop a wee comment, let us know where you're watching from, what your thoughts are, what you think the score's going to be tonight in the Scotland-Israel game. Whatever, just get involved, get active, help us spread the appetite for Scottish independence and sovereignty. Honestly, I need to go back through all these videos and clip out some of my lines. Pure comedy gold in there. Oh, there's this lad again. Gillian watching in Edinburgh. Linda with the Saltires, Grace in Inverurie. See those reactions coming through as well. Keep smashing them! Smash that button! Smash the button like there's no tomorrow! Please. Thank you. And here we are at the famous River Clyde. Runs through the heart of the city. The backbone of Glasgow. What helped us build all those ships in those slave trading days. I'm going to get to the other side of the road here if I can. I can't quite yet. There we go, good. want one of them. See if you keep the rain, one day I might be able to afford that. Oh, banter. Gonna get run over by a cyclist here. No, well listen, it's at the time that I've been doing these walks and been across the country, I've seen plenty of times where people have come out to counter-demonstrate. I think back to Yes2 in Glasgow, we had a boy as we went with a Union Jack as we went by the where did we go by? Let's go to the bridge, just stood at the corner. So listen, you know, there's two sides to every story, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. But all the people watching in this, most of the people watching this stream, all the people that you see in front of you here, except for maybe the ones that are paid to be here, they all support Scottish independence, they all believe in something greater. And it's great that we've got such a strong, vibrant movement with so many people in here. You know, you're talking lots of new faces every time you come to these. It's people from all walks of life, all countries, all nationalities, all parts of the city or the country or the world. It's great. And it is, Lorraine, a fantastic atmosphere, really positive. I mean, I'd say the best I felt walking past a Farce for Good. Yeah, listen, 100%, viewing numbers rise, we're sitting at 165 now, so if every single 165 people watching this stream hit that reaction button within 20 seconds, then it'll bump the numbers 20-30%, and then if the same happens again, it'll bump it 20-30%, it will, you know. The after broadcast numbers do really well as well. You know, we've got a lot of brilliant pro-indie content here at Indie Live. I'm just a cameraman. It's a massive team at Indie Live that put on so much great content. From, you know, we've covered every single pro-indie event across the country, from last year's Long Walk to Freedom to all the static marches, all the rallies this year. Not been many Yes groups to interview or broadcast meetings for, because they've all been on Zoom or, you know, but we've supported many grassroots communities to use the technology so that they were able to adapt to the COVID era and keep some of those conversations going. So yeah, we try our best, like. Cheers again for the share con. And listen, if you are an admin of a page that's had this shared 7 or 8 or 9 times into your page a day, I apologise. Just blame me. Say Big Ian sent them. It was him. He's the one that told. He kept saying, "Oh, stream, share, 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 comment, comment, comment." But it does. It literally makes a massive difference. It allows us to really bump out the numbers. See what I tell you? Up to 185. There's that 20-30%. So if there's 185, if everyone was to drop a wee like, share, comment now, hit that reaction button, we'll maybe add another 20% on, we'll be up at 200 before we get to the end of the street. Just as we come up to the Clougher Bar. Very famous bar in Glasgow for some really good reasons and some really horrific ones. And if you know, you know. Yeah, I mean, you can see the numbers. Granted, everyone's in one single lane of traffic now, but we're still at the bottom end of Union Street, if you can see in the distance there. So yeah, I put probably numbers at about 1,500 now. Cheers, Agnes. No, listen, I didn't need anything. I just need to know. See, when my kids turn around and say, "Dad, what did you do for Scottish independence?" I can say, "Well, go and have a look online." I actually did. I've got to credit my daughter Kaylee, who, because my online persona name is Ian Yes MP, because I was an SNP member at the time when I put that on, and I'm now a member of the Alba Party. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, this could get awkward to have to change all these things. And my 9-year-old daughter Kaylee at the time suddenly goes, "Dad, what does Ian Yes MP stand for? Does it mean Ian Yes No Problem?" And I'm like, perfect then. Perfect. So yeah, thank you Kaylee for giving me my Ian Yes No Problem. No need to build stands or statues to me. I'm just a cameraman. Oh, banter. Peter, I'm glad you enjoyed the coverage. We try and keep these things and as I said, when it comes to, you know, if you give some indie money to Indie Live Kevin and Indie Live group pages, one day I might be able to get a wee equipment upgrade. I'd love to have a drone, like, you know, you get some cracking shots, but they're no cheap. I'm not the kind of type of guy that starts a crowdfunder. Because in my opinion, money makes everything complicated. Oh, hold on. Speaking about money, we need to buy a new gyro. This one's got a bit wet. Yeah, Peter, listen, the drone concept, like, I think the thing I'm kicking myself about personally is last year I walked for 74 days over 1,140 miles all the way around Scotland, and the views were incredible. But if I'd had a drone, oh, if I just had a drone. But it sounds, I don't even know why that boy stopped. He can go up there, surely. Because he's just blocking the traffic there now. And hopefully the copper will maybe have a word and say, shift up. Technically they're just making a problem where there wasn't one. But it's what a view as we go back here. Aye, seen a few brides. There was the ones in Edinburgh as well. I had to get police escorted through the 100,000 people that were there. I'm going to cross over here. That car started shifting, but that one hasn't. It's fine. Sorry. I feel like I'm mouthing sorry to every driver as I walk by them. Sorry. Sorry for the delay, sir. Hopefully he's got a big fat window in the car panel. So yeah, this is the Clifford Bar here, anyone that's watching from outside of Glasgow. Very pro Scotland bar. Yeah, well, listen, I'll quite happily do shout-outs like that, Karen, so shout out to everyone at Grassroots, the Thistle Facebook group. Great to have yous all. The dancing puddle under the bridge, I remember that one. That was a much wetter day. This is like this is a summer's day. Yeah, listen, hopefully it gives if anyone from the Scotland team is watching it by any chance, day is proud tonight, please. Looking forward to watching you with a wee dram in my hand in a hour or so's time when I finish my shift for the day. Right. Aye. Ah, come on, go on, Eagle Bride. Where's a big Yes2 bar of the day? Fellow Eagle Bride ends there. Great to see. next Glasgow march is going to be the 7th of November. However, it's not a specifically pro-Indy march, it's the COP26 World Day of Action Coalition March, which will be happening globally, but it will be centred in Glasgow because of what we're going to be doing with the COP26 climate change conference and everything else that's happening in the city. So yeah, make sure you follow Indy Live, drop us a wee like, share, comment, follow the page, turn on notifications, because there'll be plenty of ad hoc content as we go through the conference in Glasgow. We'll try and cover as much of it Indy Live as possible, and it is great, like literally as you said, there's people joining all the way through. So yeah, I'd put the numbers at maybe close to 2,000, but there could be a few 100 weight or 1,000 waiting at the Glasgow Green, so we'll see what happens. But it's just to have a few people coming out and giving a wee clap as you go by as well, makes it all that worthwhile. And after that, my head's buzzing with all the stuff I know. Best bet is if you follow the Indy events group, all the pro-Indy events happen across the country get posted on there. But yeah, Indy Live, the What's On guide, that'll have all the pro-Indy content will be going out, both in a digital sense and a real world sense. Wendy did a cracking job as well. Everyone's managed to keep their cameras going. Normally my 5 shuts down after about 15 minutes. VPN must be working today properly. So proud to be Scottish, right? Oh aye! But yeah, 183 watching, so thank you very much for joining us on this one of many feeds that have gone out on Indy Live today. Kevin's done a cracking job putting out, making sure that all the feeds and all the different views from today's walk have been covered. We'll be doing the same with the rally as well. If I can keep going, I will. How's my Barry looking? Aye, Phil, we're sound. Battery pack's working. I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, Barbara, it is. It's sometimes the wet days that I walk could actually be the best ones. As you can see, not everyone's got a brolly in the thing. I've just got one here because I'm a little lassie.
Aye, this is on the Yes2 FB.
Right, no problem.
So can you tell me, why do you support independence?
I've supported independence since 2010. Never felt British.
Nah.
Don't like things forced on me. But it's becoming to an end, Wendy.
Exactly.
We're nearly there now.
It really is, aren't we?
Aye, you can taste it.
I've been listening to you chanting all the way through. You've been doing great.
Oh, did you see the amount of flags they gave away or not?
Did you? No, I missed it.
Every single Wayne minute.
Was it wee flags? I seen Wayne's getting them. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Aye, their wee faces.
Aye. That's good. It was nice talking to you. I'll see you later. Yeah, that was a nice lady there. See, so no matter what my party beliefs are, who should run what, see, at the end of the day, we're all for independence. Hold your nose if you don't like somebody and just do it. It's not about personalities, it's about our country. Stop being so petty, people. Oh, I just dropped my brolly. But stop being so petty, people, and arguing over stupid things. Let's come together. Let us be a start of it. Because you know what? We are going to get it, and we're going to have some party to go to. Oh, there's the bikers dancer. Hold on, I'll put my brolly down 2 seconds. Soak my face. The bikers are all doing a guard of honour for us.
right back.
I love the smell of the exhaust. I know that's right, but I like it. There's Max and Dougie. Good to see you. Alright, man. I'll see you after. I'll see you later, man. Yeah, look, there's some bikers up here as well. Alright. Nice to see you, Mrs.
Up there, I've been up there.
Alright, are you coming later?
Aye.
Cool. There we go. More bikers.
I can't even get off the camera.
See you after. That's John Taylor, he's the guy who's in charge of the Yes bikers. So I'm just going to stand here and get everybody in, okay? Well, I don't want to miss anybody talking up here, so just bear with me. I'm just going to turn this round. I'm just going to head up to the front, okay, so I don't miss anybody talking. Oh my god, you know what? I drink out of that dirty puddle. It's been a good day. Good morning. Couldn't wait, couldn't sleep. Says I was going to my bed early for this. Didn't go to my bed till about, god, must have been about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Alarm set for 7. That was hard getting up. But then when I remembered, I was like, you're dancer. Okay. Hello there, young lady. Can you tell me your name and where you're from and what you're here for?
My name is Isla Cameron. I'm from the Highlands of Scotland and I am here to free my country.
Exactly. Thanking you, Isla. See who else you can catch. Is your mum further up?
Yes, she's up the banner.
Alright, I'll go and catch up with your mum.
You're probably better going.
I'm going there, Isla. There we go. Just sorry about this, I'm just going in about the trees. Just to quickly catch up with Fiona. Watch you don't slide in any mud. Right, and we'll have a word with these two ladies. Hello there, ladies.
Hello.
Hello. Have you chanting already? You'll need to get it back for later, Lynn.
Oh God, have you more gets tickle a bit?
Exactly.
I'll be there.
So listen, can you tell me your name, where you're from and why you're here?
My name is Lisa Creta. I am from the Great Bonnies banks of Cumbernauld, Scotland, and I'm here to fight for our freedom, which we will get.
Definitely.
Free. Scotland will be free.
Good. Thanking you. Yeah. I'm going to get this young gentleman over here with a nice attire on. Hello there, I'm filming for Yes2. Can you tell me your name and why you're here?
My name's Tom Chalmers and I'm a supporter of independence.
Why is that? Why do you support it?
Due to my history, my culture. I've been voting for independence since I was 18.
Aye.
64.
And we need to see it soon, don't we? Aye, I wish. Even be 4:30 the night would be great. Can I just say, you're looking absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very much.
You'll see this live stream on the Yes2 page. Take care, nice to meet you.
How you doing, Wendy? Alright, pal?
You're right, John.
How's it going, alright?
I'm good, and there's the silent clansman
too. The
too.
main man's here.
But he's silent. You can just nod or shake, okay?
We're very disappointed because
there was only 4 women and Mankey left them on their own.
Mankey's not here. Mankey's not here. He's are we allowed to swear?
Yeah.
He shot himself.
Aye.
The Mankettes. The Mankettes. They're big names now, aye.
See, I think it was actually a case of Mankey washed his jacket, and because it was a rainy day, he couldn't hang it out in the line. Maybe that's why he wasn't here.
Well, you go, the red, white and blue colours run.
A plausible theory, aye.
And so did he.
He ran away when he seen all of us and left poor 4 wee women.
I don't know why he's ran away, because there's only 20 of us according to him.
Aye, I know. That's only because he's got 10 fingers and 10 toes. See, Esther? That was a silent clansman there. And that was John Darlington. No, I was going to say 2 more patriots, but they're all patriots here. Every single one of them are there. This is the boss of Yes2. I'm just going to go through the mud to get her. There we go. And there's Sandra. That's the queen of Yes2. It's her birthday today. I wonder if the pipers could play happy birthday. And there's David Henry. Seen him away. Just want to say hello to him. You alright, David? Nice to see you.
All the way from sunny Edinburgh.
I know, and can you tell me, why do you support independence, David?
Because it's the only way to fix everything.
It's a natural progression, isn't it?
It is. People need to read this and get your MSP to read the letter that's coming through their door.
Will do. You take care, David. See you after. Okay. Listen, guys, it's Sandra's birthday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Sandra! Happy birthday to you! Hip hop! Hooray! Hip hop! Hooray! Hip hop! Hooray! Thanks, guys, that was brilliant. Okay. I know she probably will, Dave. I couldn't let it pass though. Don't know, we're waiting for the speakers. Oh, has she? Maybe she's on her way here then. That gets you back. Happy birthday.
I'm not getting your stuff to later.
That's okay. I might get lifted if I bring it out the new.
Well,
hey, what I'm suspecting.
Well, mine's a bit tender.
Aye, I imagine so. I don't imagine yours is any different.
Mine's is lovely.
Sorry about that.
Mine's is
I have to go back to you.
even lovelier.
Hello, Ian. Hi, how you doing?
I'm kind of worried, folks. I'm kind of worried, folks. Right, so we're just waiting for my first speaker.
To fight for our land to be free. And as the time goes by
here.
Harry.
Okay, thank you. I'll go in it for the page. Only for the page. But I'm not hugging. I know, you come in. I'm live, I don't like to you come in later?
I'm going to
Oh, yeah.
What time are you going to be?
So we're just getting the speaker set up.
Right, a little bit, so we can get the photographers into the front. When the ushers out to step back, 3 or 3 feet to let the photographers into the front.
Push back a wee bit, please!
Back a bit, please, folks.
Back just a wee bit!
Right, we've seen your test, take some pictures.
The best part just to go off. I know. Look at the best part.
Sorry, Indy Live. No, you went on camera. You might be caught up in mic. No, but it's alright. I've done worse. But yeah, apologies if anyone's offended. Alright.
Okay, darling.
Social distancing, you bambots. Oh, I was going to say,
On the ground. On the ground, please.
Are you getting my words from an empire of money and gold? When you're trading your country's potential for the lives you've been sold.
Davey, you do a favour, going to hold that for a wee half a second? Sure. Cheers, just so I can get this wrapped up. Ah, it's handy. See, when you're walking, it basically means that it doesn't jump all over the place, so... Oh, catch him now.
Before we start, unfortunately, news has reached us this week that there's been a death of one of the Sauchiehall bikers, Kelvin Way, a young woman from Renfield. And we can all just...
Michelle, she's part of the band.
Well, thank you to the pipes and drums of Sir Alban, that fine tribute for Carnival. Glasgow, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to see so many of you here today, marching for freedom, marching for our independence. Can I give you a commitment that the job that I know that the Westminster group has to do, working with our colleagues in the Scottish Parliament, working with the SNP, but working with the wider independence movement, is to deliver on the mandate that the people of Scotland gave to the Scottish Government, that the Westminster group has to do, working with our colleagues in the Scottish Parliament, working with a very clear message, but working with the wider independence movement, is to deliver on the mandate that the people of Scotland gave to the Scottish Government in May of this year. But let me deliver a very clear message to Boris Johnson, because what we achieved in that election was quite dramatic. When you look at it in the terms that he would do as a Westminster MP, the SNP won 62 seats out of the 73 constituencies. And when you look at the list vote, there was a majority for independence, with 50.2% of the people of Scotland that voting for parties that had a mandate for an independence referendum. And the message to Boris Johnson is, you cannot deny democracy. You cannot deny the right of the people of Scotland to choose their own future. And friends, there's a very important principle in Scotland, and that is, it's the people that are sovereign. It is not Westminster. And that concept of the people of Scotland is enshrined in the claim of right. It is our right, on the basis of that mandate that was given by the people of Scotland to the Scottish Parliament and the Scottish Government, that we have that referendum. And I can assure you, friends, that's exactly what will be happening. Now, our First Minister, my friend Nicola Sturgeon, has been very clear that the responsibility that the government has, that she has, is to lead Scotland through that pandemic. But I can assure you that the bill for a referendum will be coming in front of the Scottish Parliament, and the First Minister has indicated that as we've dealt with that pandemic, we will be having that referendum in 2023. But the job for all of us is to win the hearts and the minds of the people of Scotland. The job for all of us is to go door to door, street to street, village to village, town to town, city to city, and to make sure that the people of Scotland are ready to cast their vote for Scotland becoming an independent country. Let's make sure that we go out and we have that debate. And it is absolutely clear to us, I know that each and every person here wants Scotland to be an independent country. But our task, our job, is to make sure that we take our country with us, a united country that recognises that Scotland's destiny is as an independent country. And let's look at the landscape, and let's, for a second, let's go back to 2014, and we all know how we felt on the 19th of September. But there was a determination from all of us that it wasn't over. But remember what the other side said. Remember what the Unionists said to the people of Scotland. And let's be honest, the people were duped, because we were told that we were to leave the United Kingdom. We were told it was going to be a family of nations where they would be respected. And we were told, crucially, that has come to pass. We know that we have lost our route for now into Europe, and we can see the price that's been paid. Everything that we warned about. Food shortages, a shortage of drivers, is as an independent country. And I will give you this assurance. When I go back to Westminster the week after next, and the SNP Westminster group will be meeting, and we will be discussing just exactly how we as a group work with the Yes movement to make sure that we give the support that you need in order that we deliver the message and that we complete that journey to independence. Friends, the important thing is this is coming. We know that we have that mandate. We know that the Scottish Parliament will enact the referendum bill. The time will come for us to make sure, each and every one of us, that we win the arguments on the doorstep. Scotland will become an independent country.
David. Next up is Davy McGuinness for Indie
Yay! How are we all today? Indie truck, Davy, out the truck and in the game. So how you're all doing fine, aye? You listen, I'm not going to do this politics stuff. I'm not that much interested in it. What I'm interested in is you people in front of me right now. Divided movements don't win their causes. So put your politics in your pocket and remember that Yes is bigger than any man, woman or child here right now. Now I remember when we started this the last time, and I see so many familiar faces here. Hi Sean. And we see so many familiar faces here. You know, when we started this the last time, we never asked how anybody was going to vote or who they were going to vote for. We just wanted to know that they were going to be a member of the Yes movement and we were going to drive to independence. And that's exactly where we have to get back to. So put your partisan politics to one side and get the Yes sticker on your forehead. That's all.
Oh, Jackie, yay!
Still working, mate.
Well done, come on.
I'm told to keep this close to me.
Go back a bit, please. You're getting a bit too close. Sorry, Wendy, you're getting too close. Come on. Back a bit.
Can you hear me at the back? This is Yes2.
I know it is, but you still have to go back. You still have to go back.
I need to record.
Everybody's doing it. No, I know. They have to go back a bit. Come on.
I want to start in
That's it.
I need to record Mike.
You
I'm
can.
missing
I know you
the 6th of April.
Right, I will, but I
A bunch of people got together and they wrote a letter. My name is Mike Bennett. I want to start in 1320. On the 6th of April, a bunch of people got together and they wrote a letter. On the 6th of April 2021, I wrote a letter. It's called the Declaration of an Individual Sovereign State. It's not written for riches. It's not written for any kind of self-idolation. It says on the top, it's written for a purpose, to regain because if you want a source of where people can get their self-determination, that's what the United Nations guarantees the people. What got us into the mess that we're in was 300 years ago, a bunch of people that we don't know decided to sign a treaty. It's up to us to do one simple thing. Doesn't matter how we do it. Could be a referendum, could be a plebiscite, could be UDI. But the one thing every one of us has got to do is withdraw from the Treaty of Union. Now, if that withdrawal ever goes to court, we may end up in the International Court of Justice. And the International Court of Justice is based in the United Nations. Now, all of you have seen on social media comment about the provision of protection for children. It's a hot topic at the moment. I'm not boasting when I say this. On the 21st of April, I wrote a letter to the United Nations saying this is going to be a problem because we get two governments opposing each other and we're talking about children. It is dreadful that that has ever occurred. We need to withdraw from anything that ever got us into that mess. Another letter I sent dealt with nuclear weapons. The fact that we have nuclear warheads travelling on the roads of Scotland and it's stationed in our waters. We have to stop that.
Chantel.
I'm not stopping with
I'm going to let photographers in one by one to take pictures. Right. Sorry, Mike.
I'm not stopping with the United Nations. Let me give you a list of names, if you can hear me. Australia, Bahamas, Bahrain, Canada, Malta, Zambia, India, Kenya, Kuwait, Malaysia, New Zealand, Nigeria, Singapore, South Africa are all countries that withdrew from their occupation and the exploitation of the UK and Westminster. We have got to go out to the world and say we are having a problem with Westminster. They won't let us have a referendum. They won't let us have self-determination. You have an obligation as members of the United Nations, I'll read you a paragraph in a second, to make sure that the United Nations is watching us what's going on, and the letters I'm sending are listing every single thing that Boris Johnson throws at us. Whether it's Alistair Jack saying 25 years you're going to have to wait. Now it's very, very important I read you one thing. Do you know the three words that start the United Nations Charter? It's not we the countries. It's not we the politicians. It's we the people. We, the sovereign people, should demand from the world their monitoring of what's going on. The declaration I wrote is based on three questions. I'm going to ask you two questions. Very simple.
Does anyone here consent to nuclear weapons being in our country?
No!
Does anyone here consent to the continuation of the Treaty of Union?
No!
Okay, one last question. What do you want?
Independence!
When do you want it?
No!
Okay, now I'm going to take you up on the now. In my rucksack, I've printed off a small supply of the Declaration.
100 people signed.
What I want is started with the first 100, my friend. That's exactly what I did. I'm now beyond that. If you want to take part and declare your personal independence, and that comes before Scotland is independent, we have all got to be dedicated, 100% committed.
Definitely.
Come over and sign the letter. I'll be pleased to see you, and it will go to the United Nations. Sir Alba.
Hello, folks. John Clarkin here from Action for Scotland. End the Union now! We must have our independence now! Because the working class in this country have been screwed by the Tories, and Boris Johnson's Tories at that! We have 250,000 children living in poverty. We have 1 million people living in poverty. We have 60,000 people who have been taken off £20 a week uplift who are now in poverty. And what these people need now is help. We cannot wait for independence. We need it now. And what I'll say is this. We have 5 mandates. We have a pro-majority independence in the Scottish Parliament. We have to act on it now. And that's why we have got to come together and go down the road of a constitutional convention and direct action and UDI and all the roads that lead to independence. And what I'll say by finishing off is this. I'll say to Ian Blackford since he's here today, the Scottish Government to make a difference and not to be like the Tories. Give £500 to the 60,000 Scots who've had the £20 a week taken off them. And secondly, end the eviction ban, because 10,000 Scots have gone through the courts just now and face eviction. And that's what I say. Sir Alba, independence now!
Right, so for people who don't know who I am, my name is David Henry. I was in the SNP for 7 years. I was part of Joanna Cherry's campaign team for every campaign, so I'm very proud that she's my MP. Right, this isn't about SNP versus Alba, even though I'm now in the Alba party. This is about independence and Scotland's future. Now, just as Ian left, I managed to give him a copy, which has been published today, an open letter from our group called the Scottish Sovereignty Research Group, or SSRG. SSRG is about 20 people, 4 expert professors. We do not need a referendum. We never needed a referendum. We don't need to ask for permission. We can leave whenever we want.
Yes, we can!
Our group has also published the Treaty of Union, the original one, from 1706. It has been breached many, many times. That is why we can walk away. Brexit breached the Union. Scotland voted Remain. 62%. They have been ignored. So here's my message to all members of the SNP. The Alba Party is firmly committed to moving as fast as possible. We need your help. Come and join the Yes groups. Let's all work together, let's deliver independence, and let's not wait 2 years for a referendum. Let's do it now. We can have the referendum at the end. Thank you.
Stand up for Scotland!
Hello everybody, can you hear me? I'll see if I'm a wee bit louder than everybody else. Good afternoon everybody! Right, this is the way to do it. You've heard a few speakers today and you've got very important points. But the one point I want to make to you is not my silence, not my hatred, and that's a very unusual word for a pacifist, for Mankey and his crew. Now today he didn't turn up because he was away to a lecture in England. No, it was how to be a better racist or something like that. But that aside, folks, what I want to say to you is the word is inclusive. And in inclusive, you're all in it. And I love you all. And thank you so much for coming out today. Take this motor forward. Let's get independence and let's stick together!
Thank you, folks! No telling anymore, Scotland!
I had to do my hat off so you know who I am. Hi folks, well done for March Day. Sorry I wasn't here earlier, but I was tied up with something else. I'm Neil Handy from the Alba Party. I've got a few things to say today. I'm just going to give somebody my hat. So, I got involved in politics for one reason. Independence for Scotland. That's my absolute ambition without any question. Not as an end in itself, not just to say that we're independent, but as a means to better ends for, hear me? As a means to better ends, hear that? Right. As a means to better ends for all of us, for everyone in Scotland.
Yes.
It's not a career option for me. And I'm not interested in a second term of office in Westminster. I want independence now. Because independence is an urgent and pressing need, and time is most certainly not on our side. So let's just take stock of where we are. Our right to protest outside the People's Parliament in Edinburgh is being restricted by a Home Secretary from Whitehall who has absolutely no jurisdiction in Scotland whatsoever. And the decisions of our Parliament are being squashed by a Supreme Court in London that should have no jurisdiction in Scotland.
Yes, exactly!
The UK Internal Markets Act has been enacted, and that is a and the decisions of allow Westminster Tories to legislate on every single area of devolved responsibility, and it is a Trojan horse and a gateway to demolish devolution. So the other thing that we have to face that is not okay is that our referendum that we're being promised to happen at some point in the next year or so is now in doubt because the Supreme Court feel that they can limit the powers of devolution.
No, they can't!
Well, I agree with you.
They can't force all the prison.
Right. But we must move swiftly. So let's call Boris Johnson's Brexit exactly what it is. It's a failure, a fiasco and a disaster. There is nothing of greater risk to Scotland than staying in this iniquitous and damaging union. And they've made it clear that a referendum is now out of reach. But it's time for other routes to be taken seriously and moved forward. In 1941, Winston Churchill signed the Atlantic Charter, and the purpose of that, with a lot of pressure from Franklin D. Roosevelt, was to ensure that the restoration of self-government was allowed in nations where that had been previously denied. And that has then been translated into Article 1, Paragraph 2 of the UN Charter, and the principle of self-determination is now enshrined in international law. It's something we can and must move forward with. It is not time to dance to Westminster's tune. It's not time to play Westminster's game. It's no time to paint ourselves into a corner of a solution that we cannot use. So whatever you think about me or the choices that I've made, these are all undeniable facts. And I want to share a couple of bits of information with you that have come out this week. So Citizens Advice Scotland commissioned a piece of research that reported this week, and almost 430,000 Scots will be unable to pay their council tax. In the last year, almost 32% of Scots had run out of money before payday. That's 1.42 million adults short of cash. It's simply and utterly unacceptable. And then on top of that, we've now got cuts to working tax credits and universal credits, and a national insurance hike that no one can afford. So the Alpha Party, our view is that we would like to see a 5-point plan against poverty enacted. So our suggestion is that we give a £500 annual payment to all people on low incomes in Scotland, and that can easily be done through existing mechanisms that are there for council tax rebates. We use the same system, there's no additional administrative costs for that. We want to see universal free lunches for all kids in schools, from primary right through to secondary, to level the council tax rebates. We use the same system, there's no additional administrative costs for that. We want to see universal free lunches for all kids in schools, from primary right through to secondary, to level the playing field for young people.
I've got a sticky page.
Pregnant pause.
Pause for effect.
We want to see a doubling of educational maintenance allowance to assist 30,000 school and college children from poorer families to continue their education and build the future that they need in an independent Scotland. We want to see universal access to all sports and recreational facilities for people under 18. That will benefit 1 million children. But what we can do in Scotland, there's something called the Scottish Child Payment. We want to see that quadrupled to £40 a week immediately, and to lift people out of this damaging austerity on stilts, where people are not only facing cuts to their living standards, but they're also facing increases in tax to the income, the little income that they're able to secure. So whatever your thoughts on independence, I hope you'll agree, and I know that people in the independence movement, whatever their political stripes, agree that we will always put burns before bombs, that pride and dignity must go before poverty. We cannot accept poverty in a rich nation. Now that dream of a fairer, more equal Scotland is still alive. So Scotland, we must lift our gaze and dare to dream and make independence happen as soon as possible. Thanks very much.
Right, everybody, thanks for coming today and showing a bit of support for Scottish independence. Yes2 will continue to try and do events for the rest of the year. Obviously, we had bad weather. Next year, March, Edinburgh, we will bring a tsunami down the Royal Mile, not up it, down it, and we will finish at Parliament. God damn the Parliament rules, eh? They'll have to accept it.
Well, that's the march and rally all concluded. Thank you very much for joining us on Indie Live. It's been great having you here. Remember, if you're watching right at the end here, it's still important to drop a like, share, comment, help us spread the appetite for Scottish independence and freedom. Obviously there was loads of comments coming through as the chat was going on. I didn't want to be behind the camera, it's all good. Everyone runs away. Right, Colin, carrying on. I'm going to wrap up today's stream. Thank you everyone that's joined us for the support. Thank you for being part of us. We'll just finish with this last song, eh?
How you scared that the walls are too high to be bruised by the ball? Will you stand and be counted or shut up and do what you're told? Hope over fear, don't be afraid. Tell Westminster Tories that Scotland's no longer your slave. Carpe diem, will you seize the day? Rip the chains from the unicorn, show them that Scotland is brave. Did the TV man call you a nationalist for rejecting the lies? Are the words of the few worth a bob, cause they wear shirts and ties? When they tell you that Scotland's no good, are you really surprised? Will you stand and be counted for something that money can't buy? Hope over fear, don't be afraid. Tell Westminster Tories that Scotland's no longer your slave. Carpe diem, will you seize the day? Rip the chains from the unicorn, show them that Scotland is brave. Are you happy that nuclear weapons are dumped on the Clyde? Fighting wars for the wealth of the few, how many have died? You can bury my bones, but the truth of it can't be denied. Will you stand and be counted, cause I'll be there, stand by your side. Hope over fear, don't be afraid. Tell Westminster Tories that Scotland's no longer your slave. Carpe diem, will you seize the day? Break the chains from the unicorn, show them that Scotland is brave. Well, the media tell you that England don't want you to go, and the taxpayer-funded MPs tell you just tell them no. Oh, but in Manchester, Nottingham, Sheffield, they already know that we're fighting for them, and it's only the start of the show. Hope over fear, don't be afraid. Tell Westminster Tories that Scotland's no longer your slave. Carpe diem, will you seize the day? Rip the chains from the unicorn, show them that Scotland is brave. Rip the chains from the unicorn, show them that Scotland is brave.
Well, once again, thank you very much everyone at Indie Live, keeping us company all the way through the day's walk. We'll see you, well, whenever we see you. Keep following the page, we've got plenty of pro-indie content that goes out and about. But yeah, talk about copyrights. the proclaimers will get me shut down. So on that note, cheery bye, thank you for all the messages, really kind words coming through, appreciate you all, see you all soon, cheery bye.